I kind of wanted to watch. I think the conversation between Hasan and Ethan Klein was unbelievably long. Sorry, Hasan, Ethan Klein, sorry. Hasan and Badempanada was unbelievably long. So I kind of wanted to look at some of the highlights and then we could try listening to it or to certain sections of it. But
anyway, I gotta go to bed. I'm so tired.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Noah,
guys.
do you have someone else? No problem. It's finally great to talk to Hasan Piker, the perfidious Ottoman. The Ottoman Hasan Piker has been confronted by Badempanada, wanted international criminal. Multiple counts of crimes committed by Badempanada, platformed by Hasan Piker. Hasan Piker, anti-Semite, platformed Badempanada on his stream.
Agrees with everything.
Someone get that to the New York Post, please. Thank you.
Yeah. The New York Times.
He agrees with everything that I say.
The New York Times, get it to CNN.
Do you condemn him? No, he says.
Do you condemn Badempanada?
That's so funny. That's gonna be the next question. All right.
Morgan.
Yeah. No, I understand.
People in the US think that.
Are you a Cypriot, by the way?
Are you asking this because of Drew Pavlou?
Are you a Cypriot Australian?
As far as I know, no.
What is your?
I don't know much about my
background?
Greece family history.
What's your ethnic background?
Greek something? Why are you asking?
What kind of Greek?
Greek Italian.
Oh, what? No. Which islands?
As far as I know, Anatolia and then Athens.
Okay. So you're not Cypriot.
What are you asking?
Like Drew Pavlou.
You know what your people did to us in Anatolia? What did you do there?
Am I unlocking epigenetic memories right now?
Yeah, I have intergenerational trauma, just like the Israelis. That's why they get to do genocide. So I get to do genocide too. And you're Turkish, so you
should come to America.
Yeah, I know. The reason why I say this is because like you got two sides of the same coin. You got the Drew Pavlov and you got Badempanada.
Drew Pavlov is hilarious by accident. That's the problem. He thinks he's funny, like not by accident, and I can't.
It's like Ethan.
I can't let that stand.
I love Noah with in the bottom with the cat ears on. It really does feel like they're fighting for custody of Noah. I saw the Janissary meme, by the way, and it's so insane to me that people saw that and were like, I can't believe these people. This is disgusting. How dare you make jokes on the internet? Don't you know that making jokes is illegal? What is this copy pasta? Months passed and their friendship deepened. Late night texts turned into shared dinners. Stop! No, I don't like this. I don't like this fanfic. Ew, stop. I don't want this fanfic. No. Delete this. Janissary jokes too soon, Denims, too soon. Hasan Piker and Badempanada made a joke about how they want my future son to be a Janissary. Janissaries were young Christian boys kidnapped by the Ottoman Empire as a blood tax. They were forced to convert to Islam and made into military slaves. Hasan Piker is a Muslim, and I think it said like extremist or something. Badempanada, yeah. Like, it's just the biggest, oh my God, it's just the biggest the biggest cry bullies on the internet. It's so insane. Not just Christians. Hey, but that doesn't fit in his narrative. Okay. Oh, what has been really cool though is that I feel like I've seen a lot of people saying that they thought that I guess like Badempanada was malicious, and then after the conversation they changed their mind or whatever, which is cool. Also, common Josh Girl post, common W. Badempanada versus Hasan debate is why y'all's reaction to Badempanada criticizing Hasan pissed me off, by the way. Whether you agreed with him or not, the conversation was interesting and ultimately productive. This is the kind of thing that won't happen if you shout down every differing opinion. I mean, as long as the criticisms are genuine and it's not like the fucking losers online that anything that they get the chance to, it's just anti-Semitism. Look, here, you saying that if this happened, that fundamentally doesn't change whether or not you think genocide is okay. This is you doing denial. It's like, what? Huh? I'm willing to take any genuine criticism, right? Like, I'm willing to listen to genuine criticism between individuals. Okay. I wanted to shift gears into the Noah hosted Hasan Badempanada video or debate before we run out of time today. I want to get a couple hours in of this if we can. I just wanted to get a little bit of coverage of some other things first. So I wanted to get the very beginning is, like, from my understanding, a little bit boring. So I wanted to get into
the time period that we
the
live
more
in,
interesting parts,
where people were ripe to actually take risks to try and seek meaningful change. This isn't happening anymore. And it's not just the US where this isn't happening. I mean, I live in Argentina, as you so astutely said. People in Argentina just sort of do the same thing now. They just let shit happen.
I kind of want to watch a little bit faster.
This is
1.25,
a
I
poor
think,
country
should be
where
fine.
people in general have less to lose, and they just sort of let themselves be experimented on like a pack of lab rats. There are people protesting against it. Those people are trying to do stuff, but most people are sort of happy to just sit back, relax, and see what's going to happen as someone tries to do to that country the same thing that has already been done to that country 50 times before and never worked in those times either.
I think part of that is also because of the treat economy. Like, Americans are pacified by the bountiful treats that they have at their disposal. So
yeah, I mean, and a part of those treats
like,
is the internet and social media as well.
Here's that too, for sure. That's also a treat. But what I was going to say is this, okay? I fear that if the only alternative is socialism or barbarism, right? I fear that without proper political education, without any class consciousness, without any mechanisms of pushback, without any sort of like structural organizing on the labor front, that when all of this crumbles inevitably, and I do think it will, all we will have is a fascist movement, and that's already kind of happening anyway. So that's my big fear, and that's what I try to. That's why I try to do everything in my power to, one, talk to international leftist movements, regardless of how social democratically aligned they are, or even people like Mélenchon, in an effort to try to get people to organize and move in the positive direction, even if change doesn't seem immediate.
Well, I think I'm not specifically accusing you here or anything, but if there's one thing that you could do with your content that might maybe help you use the position that you're in for us to do something that might actually matter, it is really actually start encouraging people to work outside of the Democratic Party and lead by example as well. Like, if you're going to talk to Bernie Sanders again, scream at him in the face. Scream at him. Scream. Use that one opportunity. Like, I mean, how many more chances you can have to talk to Bernie Sanders, really, right?
He's very old. He is very old.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I'll
screaming at him.
Okay, I don't mean like literally scream at him, but I mean get combative. Put on a public spectacle of it.
I think, well, see, that's what
give him a Kanye West. George Bush doesn't care about black people. Why not?
I think Ash Sarkar had a really productive conversation with Bernie that people use all the time, where she presented some of these questions because she had
It's so hard too, because like fucking leftist purity testing. You have to balance being productive with being demanding. And it's a fine line to cross. Or sorry, what's the saying? You guys, whatever the fucking saying is. You have the balancing this is close to impossible. And the major disagreement that I've found with other leftists, and the major disagreement I've seen that other leftists have with other leftists, is that some people think we should go farther and some people think we should go less far. Like, I mean, when I talk about AOC, if I talk about AOC and I'm harsh on her, people will accuse me of being too harsh on her. She's one of the few voices on the left that has significant power to actually impact change.
Is there a link to this for YouTube? Can't scroll back on Noah's stream far enough.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Some people will accuse me of going in on her too hard. Same thing with Hasan. If he attacks AOC, people will accuse him of going in on her too hard. And she has so few allies that it's important that we form some coalition. The other group of leftists, the other prominent group, will say that we're not going hard enough. And it's tough because I feel both opinions very passionately, where I don't know how anyone is justifying in their head AOC not fully endorsing Zohran. This guy. Oh, hi, Jazzog.
Special. For me, it's the delis and bodegas. Habibi, could I get an egg and cheese on a roll with jalapeno?
One Zoran special coming up.
Small businesses employ nearly half of all New Yorkers in the private sector. They keep the city running, but the last 4 years have been hard. We've seen the dollar slice go extinct.
Zohran is currently running for mayor in New York City. And there is no reason in my brain, there is nothing that makes sense in my head on why AOC wouldn't be publicly actively endorsing Zohran as much as she can in every way that she can.
Storefront after storefront close. And
this is a very millennial coded. Well, I think he is a millennial.
had a mayor in Eric Adams who has ignored the struggles of small businesses. That's why as mayor, I'm going to make it faster, easier, and cheaper for small businesses to get started and stay open. First, we're going to cut fines and fees for small businesses by 50%. Regulations are important, but small businesses have to navigate more than 6,000 of them, with far fewer resources than the big chains. That's why as mayor, I'll appoint a mom and pop czar with the clear goal of making it easier to run a small business. $1,000 isn't a lot to our city government, but it can be make or break for a small business trying to get off the ground. Next, we're going to accelerate permits and applications. The mom and pop czar will coordinate with agencies to speed up turnaround times, cut red tape, and let New Yorkers start businesses sooner. Because you shouldn't have to fill out 24 forms and go through 7 agencies to start a barbershop. But most of all, we're putting our money where our mouth is by increasing funding for small business support programs with 500%. We're going to invest $20 million in our...
Mom and pop shops can get fucked. Okay, low-key, I agree and disagree with you because, like, I don't mean to do the New Yorker thing, but like bodegas are amazing. All right. They are actually amazing. And the reality is the problem is never regulations. The problem is how government, how slow government policy is. It's not that we shouldn't have government IDs or something, right? It's not that you shouldn't have to make sure that you get all of your registration approved and renewed. That's not the problem. The problem is that going to the DMV and waiting hours is a total fucking waste of my time. Which, by the way, this is a public service announcement. If you are going to the DMV and not making an appointment, you are a psychopath, okay? If you go to unless you're going somewhere really nice, unless you're going to like the one good DMV in the United States, make a fucking appointment. Okay, you will save hours in your day. Raw dogging the DMV is the most insane thing you can do. I went in to get like my license renewed, and let me just say, I was there for an hour with an appointment. And the guy next to me said he was there for 3 hours, and I got seen before he did for the same thing. Okay, don't raw dog the DMV. Please make an appointment. Please make please make an appointment. And I will say one other thing. Not all DMVs should be treated equally. If you have to drive a little bit extra to go to a different DMV, do it, okay? It's worth it. The extra star on that DMV is worth it. You talk to strangers at the DMV. I'm always trying to train my skills, chat, okay? I'm always trying to get those skill points up, all right? I am very bad at small talk because I suck at it and I don't like it, but I wish I was good at it. So I try to train my skill points when I can. All right. Indiana, it's called the BMV and there's no appointment setting. You just show up and hope it's not busy. Damn. Okay, well, let me just say, if you live somewhere where you can make appointments, I don't know anything about I don't know what the DMV standards are in every state. If you live somewhere where you can make appointments, for the love of Christ, make an appointment. Make an appointment. All right? Raw dogging the Social Security office is a nightmare too. Please. Please. Also, this is a public service announcement right now. Go get a binder. Go get a waterproof binder and put all of your important documents in it. One, it's really good for emergencies, so you can take it whenever you need it. But two, whenever you go to the DMV, you can just take it with you, all right? You're Arab, dude. It's in your blood to make all the small and big talk. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Business Express service teams, which pair small businesses with a city case manager that helps them navigate permits and regulations, as well as connecting them with programs that provide them with financial and legal assistance. Right now, only 3% of businesses are using these programs. We want that number to skyrocket. The only thing more New York than an egg and cheese are the small businesses that make them. Together, we can not only protect them, but encourage new ones to make a home in our city.
The problem with mom and pop shops is the same thing that's wrong with streams and Twitch streamers, where like you either have people like Hasan who actually try and do good with their platform, or you have like Nazis who sig heil and then get mad when they get called Nazis. I haven't covered it at all because I'm not really in the VTuber space, so I don't really know anything about VTubers or know a lot of VTubers, but I don't need to know anything about VTubers to know that this specific French rat girl VTuber is a Nazi freak. If you want evidence, here is her doing a sig heil on her stream. And if you want more evidence, here in this tweet where she's trying to talk about how she's not racist, she says a bunch of racist things. Allow me to read it. Starting a cancel campaign and insulting me because I'm not racist is really crazy. I've always told you I'm just an edgy rat girl. Her profile says French edgy rat girl, followed by Yasmin Gold. I am in love with a French boy. I am not dating an immigrant. Okay, we're really going well. We're really okay. I am not dating a black African or a racial slur for Pakistani. IDK what? I'm not into BBC LOL. And fuck you. I'm fucking deceived by you retardes. I'm really mad at some of you. You shouldn't be a part of my community if you're not happy for me. At least I have a significant other for the rest of my life because I'm a lovable person, not you who will cry about all this loser. You are worser than an immigrant from a third world country. You are like LGBT fucking crybaby. The best part about this is like imagining it in a French accent immediately makes it 10 times funnier. You are worse than an immigrant from a third world country. You are like LGBT fucking crybaby. It's like, girl, no one's taking your fucking rat ass seriously. Come on. Come on, dude. Come on. That's exactly what she sounds like. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, my fucking God, dude. I forgot why I brought this up. I'm going to be honest. What a wild sidetrack. I sidetracked so hard, I forgot why I sidetracked. French and a VTuber. Was that a Russian accent? No. I forgot why I brought it up, but yes, people should know. All right. Expedition 33 almost made me forget how lame and disgusting the French are. Stop. I was watching Andor and I was reminded by the Gorman.
French citate bien.
IMO Badempanada said to Hasan, you shouldn't give charity to people who you don't 100% agree with. Meanwhile, Hasan is giving charity to Badempanada who he doesn't 100% agree with. Sig heiling as a French person is so crazy. Don't you have epigenetic blitzkrieg memories? Great question, dude. Great question. I don't remember why. I literally don't remember why I got on this topic, but whatever. We'll get back to the video.
A longer, like an opportunity to have a longer conversation with him. If I'm not
have that with you, you're way bigger than her.
Yeah, I think because he's had that conversation once already, he's probably a little bit more worried. Or, I mean, I don't think he would run away from having that conversation with me either. It's just that I guess the planets haven't.
Oh, it's you said mom and pops are good, but some are Nazis. Yeah, it's like when you have the opportunity to run your business the way you want to run it, you either go like, I want to play the fucking epic rap battles.
Love being part of the Denimverse with all of you chatters DNML.
Oh, possum, thank you. This part, wait. When you get the opportunity to run your business exactly how you want to run it, you either recognize, because you've been in a position where you've been abused by your employers for so long, that you're like, actually, I want to run a business that isn't a total shit show, that actually treats its workers with respect. Or you just do this.
Adolf Hitler! I am Adolf Hitler! Command of the Third Reich! Little known fact, also
That's like, that is the only path that you have as a small business owner. As a small business owner, you're either like the harshest, cruelest fucking dictator that threatens all of your employees the second that they ask for any time off, or you're like a reasonable person. Like, you're a reasonable human being that's like, oh yeah, man, yeah, your mom's like sick, it's okay, we'll find somebody else to fill the shift. And it's the same thing with streamers. When you get to run your stream and you're not beholden to like CNBC, or you're not beholden to like MTV standards, you either use your platform to, at worst, be a little edgy and say, I wipe my ass with the American flag, but otherwise try and raise money for charity, otherwise try and highlight stories from people who otherwise don't necessarily have a voice or a platform, or you just become like the fucking French racker where you're like, actually, what if I sig heil on stream and say the most racist shit possible? Why do I feel like you have mad experience in the restaurant domain? No, I worked at a bakery once for a couple months, and it was actually, I had a small business tyrant. But I had a lot of friends who worked in food service, and I had a lot of friends who worked in the service industry, and I saw the toll it took on them. I had a friend who worked in retail, and she would go home every night and like cry because she hated her job so much. Because she worked this grueling fucking job, and she had to deal with the worst employees, the worst boss, and the worst, coworkers, not employees, and the worst customers. And she would literally go home and cry with how much she hated her job. And I was like, wow. And that's when I became radicalized and was like, yeah, people that you guys, if you are a customer facing job, if you work a customer facing job, you should have a taser. The state should allow you to tase really annoying customers. With warning. Okay, I'm not unreasonable. Okay? Like Miranda writes, you as a customer should live in fear of the average retail worker. A healthy fear. And when you're getting too annoying, the worker should be allowed to tell you, I am hereby issuing you a warning that if you continue on this behavior, I will tase you. And you as a customer, if you decide I'm going to keep being annoying and berating you, that's your risk to take, man. The customer is not always right. Guys, the saying is the customer is always right in matters of taste. AKA, if a customer comes in and says, I want, I don't know, what's a hideous nail design? What's the nastiest set of, okay, this was, sorry to be a hater. I actually hate this. I just looked up hideous nail designs. Guess what? You go into a nail salon and you say, this is what I want. The customer's always right in matters of taste. Give them what they want. That's what they want. Give it to them. You can give them what they want. It doesn't mean the customer's always right, period. Huh? Wouldn't having a taser make you a Nazi according to you? What the fuck are you talking about? All I said was sig heiling makes you a Nazi. If you don't think sig heiling makes you a Nazi, then that's on you. Huh?
aligned. But yeah, no, I think that it's important to ask these questions. I don't think it's unproductive. That was never my.
I don't think it's that important to talk to him about Israel specifically, because obviously he's steadfast in that.
Well, I did bring up
the most
the
important
third
thing
party
to do
thing.
would be the third party thing. And
No, I did ask him that.
Did you?
Yeah, that was the other. Because those are my two main questions. Was like, what kind of initiatives does he want to? The three questions I have for Bernie and for AOC in general, but like especially for Bernie, were do you think that we could build a robust third party movement in this country, and like what are the steps to take to do so? And then the other question was obviously going to be about like what are the direct actions that they want to engage with in terms of tackling the issue of like how this administration is using Israel as a way to undermine the First Amendment, because that is precisely what's happening. Like I am trying to frame it I'm trying to frame these questions, or try to get people to ask these questions within the framework of American understanding, like recognizing the selfishness of the average American, recognizing American exceptionalism and American individualism. I think that those are areas that bear fruit. That's something that creates a lot of resentment for average Americans, because like other than that, they're like, okay, Israel's killing a bunch of Muslims over there. Sure, it seems kind of fucked up, but the way to get Americans, the way to engage Americans on this issue, the best possible way to do that is by, one, talking about tax dollars being spent there, because they're very selfish, and that's something that pisses them off. And two, talk about how this foreign nation has an incredible amount of power over American politics, and that the current administration is using defending Israel as a way to erode civil liberties that Americans enjoy. So that's what I'm trying to do.
I feel like if you appeal to people on the basis of their selfishness, then you're going to have to keep engaging with them on that basis. And,
no, that's just to broach the conversation, to open up the door to.
Okay, but you broach the conversation, right? So it's kind of like you're intentionally approaching it from a position that you yourself don't really believe is the right way to do it. And I think that makes things more difficult for you down the line as well. Or at least maybe not you specifically, like, this is how you engage as a broader movement, like as a intentional strategy among many different people and groups, engaging people in this way. Like, hey, Israel is bad because we spend a ton of money on it and we don't get enough back in return. Okay, then what happens if there is another instance of imperialism? Well, yeah, I know that's not what you mean, but that's sort of the message that you're saying to people when you're like, okay, we send these tax dollars to Israel. They could go to Medicare in the USA. We could have universal healthcare instead of that, or whatever. Okay, it's that sort of thing. Like, you're appealing to the innate American selfishness that all of them are born with due to their innate Americanness. I agree with that part. So, like, you engage with them on that level. And I feel like you're starting from a position that makes it a lot more difficult for you to get through to them from there and get them onto like a right path where they might actually do something meaningful. And this is ultimately why you should give up on Americans and leave.
I'm not going to do that until. Who knows what'll happen? Who knows what'll happen? If my former podcast co-host gets his wishes, I'll probably be in fucking jail. I'll probably be under the jail expeditiously.
They're going to be looking for you in the satellite images of Cesar.
Yeah, he's hell bent on sending me to CCOT for sure. But look, even the very fact that like the disgusting ways in which like many people here look at this issue from the framework of drama, like grievances between content creators, like that shit destroys my soul. It's soul destroying. Seeing that and seeing all these like right wing reactionaries join in on the fun as well after spending years and years of like saying anti-Semitic shit about Ethan and calling Gila Klein a horse. They've all now seemingly united.
She's a horse, though.
All of the okay, see, this is what I mean. I don't like.
Oh my god, dude. This is why people like Badempanada.
I don't do that. Okay, this is the.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should be mean.
No, I don't. Well, first of all, I am mean, but not as mean as you are, and I don't think that's productive. Oh, you want to talk about disagreements? We're both communicators, and our goal is to get people on board, right? That's your goal.
My goal is to make money.
Shut the fuck up. Why don't you become transphobic and become like a fucking right winger?
Oh, I have a niche. I'm expected to. It's like you have a nice bakery, you bake more bread. You don't branch out. Otherwise, you end up like Elon Musk with 5,000 different companies that all fucking blow.
Okay, but at a time when no one is fucking eating bread and everyone seemingly wants to eat donuts, if you already had the equipment, then you would make donuts. And I think you and I both know that there's a reason why you don't make donuts and you keep baking bread.
That's his wife. I thought it was a Bojack tattoo. Stop. Stop, dude. Stop fucking delete that chat message, man. Stop.
I don't know. I mean, I am honest about the things I say, and people for some reason want to see me say them to some degree. So it's like, okay, I already got it. I don't need to branch out. I don't need to start screeching about the gangsters.
I think you and I both know where this line of questioning is heading, and that's why you're saying what you're saying.
Where is it heading?
I think. Look,
I wasn't thinking that far ahead.
Okay, well, I think we
don't think that far ahead.
I think you're very smart, and I think you're very well read, and I really like a lot of the YouTube videos and the thought and effort that you put into crafting your YouTube essays. I think they're incredibly well sourced. And
no, say thank you first.
But
well, no, there is not even a but. It's just that I think sometimes, as someone who's also in the same in the same sphere as you, okay, I think you sometimes get in your own way by presenting yourself a certain way, especially considering that our worldview is something that people, especially in the Western world, are very hostile towards. I think sometimes you get in your own way a little bit with the way you act. You act like a left book guy in a world where.
Can I have an example?
So many examples. I think you are. You take a tone sometimes that is perhaps a little too mean for the uninitiated. That most.
Who's the cute cat on the screen? Is it yours? Yes, I own the little cat.
Likely shuts them off from actually seeing your commentary. You troll a little.
Is Badempanada autistic or just weird? No, I think he represents a portion of the left that is tired of civility, that's just exhausted dealing with bad faith actors and letting them have all of the fun. Like, it's insane. It's like, it's actually insane that people like Ethan Klein, people like Asmongold, just like people on the right in general, that they are such big cry bullies, that they feel like they have the moral authority to make any judgments that they want on other people. But the second you make any criticism of them, it's unfair, unwarranted, uncalled for. I mean, when I covered Asmongold's commentary on Palestine, on Gaza, talking about inferior cultures or whatever, like months ago when he got banned. Before that, I said on my stream, I was like, I am in awe actually that Twitch allows this behavior. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, this is insane. But I mean, I don't write the Twitch TOS, whatever. If Twitch think this is fine, this is fine. And I was getting tagged so often of people being like, she's trying to get him banned. She's trying to get him banned. She's trying to get him banned. It's like, what the fuck? I didn't even say that. All I said was, I can't believe Twitch allows this, which, surprise, by the way, they don't allow this. And then what? When Hasan makes a tweet saying, I'm not joking, I would kill myself if I woke up as Asmongold. And now they're pretending like that's him threatening Asmongold and telling Asmongold to kill himself. Like, what world do we live in where when somebody else treats you the same way that you treat other people, it's a threat, it's violence from the left, it's unacceptable behavior, but if you do the same thing, it's totally justified all the time. Is this what an actual debate looks like? These guys seem to respect each other. Where's the blood sport? Where are the clips? Well, I think it's because they agree, and I've said this on my stream many times because I've watched Badempanada's criticisms of Hasan, but like, they agree on, in terms of actual policies, they agree. It's in terms of strategy that they disagree. Hasan believes in some level of civility politics, and Badempanada doesn't. And I've met leftists on both sides of the spectrum. I've met leftists who fundamentally feel a kinship to Badempanada because they think we need to stop with the civility politics completely, entirely. And I've also met other people that are on the Hasan side. But I also, again, think that, like, it's good to have both. We need people to call out the hypocrisy of the soy right. And we need people to show them what that's like. But also, I think it's good to have a side that is considered normal and acts normal. Both strategies, I think, are good. Being right-wing is based on a feeling of constant state of victimization, so I'm not really surprised. Yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's sad, but it's true. I mean, what else? How do you look at the right and not understand that it is fundamentally a victimized narrative? It is a victimized universe to live in. Like, the war on Christmas Go as far back as you need to. But like, I think the war on Christmas is peak pearl clutching garbage.
A lot of those people are already not open to being initiated.
See, I think that's
you have
defeatist.
too much faith.
I think that's defeatist.
Well, I don't think it's defeatist at all, because I think perhaps we can win without them. I think we do not need to appeal to like Burger American, Asmongold viewer number 8,002 million. Asmongold, by the way, I think his audience is way more indicative of the average American than yours, sadly. But
for sure. Yes,
like
and no.
I'm also not American. I'm not really trying to like appeal to a specific audience at all. You know, I boot up my stream or whatever, or I write a script or whatever, and it's just whatever I feel like talking about, really. And this has sort of generated an audience, and I talk about these things out of interest more so than specifically like trying to appeal to, like, say, Westerners and get them to my side or whatever. I think in a lot of cases, like, given the fact that I am not actually that big of an internet personality, I'm very niche in reality. I think that exposing people to, like, even if it is by accident, like exposing people to like sort of uncompromising, just tell them what I really think about something, and like be a cunt about it sometimes, might be more effective than you give it credit for. Because ultimately, when everyone else is walking on eggshells, maybe having someone who can cut through or is more willing to like just be blunt about it is needed sometimes.
For sure. I don't even think that you and I are in disagreement on any of the major points that you've brought up. I guess maybe the only one would be like the framework of like I work with like liberal Zionists or something, which we can talk about, but let's shelf that for a brief moment. The thing I'm thinking of is like they say what I'm saying to you is so silly for me to say, because that's exactly what people say to me all the fucking time, right? But I don't think the people that say that to me are
anything you've heard about me, throw it at me. I love it. It's fun for me.
Yeah, no,
specifics is good. I feel like, because I've talked to him about it before, and I'm like, I heard this thing, and then he's like, well, this is what happened, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I guess like
What's the worst thing that someone has told you about me?
No, I know like the fucking the stuff is like fake. I know all that shit. I know that's not real. Like the tweets. The fake
that's
tweets
an endangered species these days.
The fake first of all.
Isn't it like actually kind of crazy the number of people that are on the right and also sex freaks? Isn't it crazy that the statement, "Judge me by my enemies," continues to be an ironclad defense? It's not crazy at all, is it? Sorry, you're right. It actually isn't crazy. But like, sorry, I wanted to show you guys this. I forgot about it until just now.
Ever on our side are agreeing with us now.
Sorry, ELA content warning.
They're that wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's been nice. They've been reuniting so many YouTubers, I feel like.
It's been a party. Yeah, I mean, it's been great for our channel.
It's been a party.
People that weren't ever on our side
Hold up.
are agreeing with us now. They're that wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's been nice. They've been reuniting so many.
Bro, look around you. Look around you. You should not be looking at these people and say, wow, we must be super right. Dude, if more than 2 of these people are on your side, you need to immediately disavow whatever you've said to make them on your side.
Are not an endangered species. Holy fuck! There was apparently.
I mean, someone who's not. I mean.
Oh yeah. Okay. But it's this is also like somewhat of an unproductive conversation to have from my estimate, from the way I see it. Because like,
we're here to fundraise. We're not here to have productive conversations.
No, I know, but
whatever you
it's still,
think you'll be
I don't want to ever come across like I'm just like scolding you. Like, do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care.
You can insult me as much as you want.
No, because I'm not scolding you. I just want to make that clear that because I think a lot of people get parasocial, even in your audience or in my audience as well, and that fucking annoys me to no end when people are like, Badempanada said this, or I'm sure my fans will come into your chat and be like,
I mean, I hate it as well, where it's like, I don't know, like I was streaming the other day and people were like, yo, Hasan's talking about you, and I'm like, who fucking goaded him into doing that?
Yeah, it's just, it's annoying because like, you're not someone that I consider to be an ideological enemy at all. Which is why I don't even think it's like productive to be like, you did this, you did that, because it comes across as scoldy and silly, and then people will use that against you or use that against me in the future as well. But I guess like it's shit. Like, I understand the point that you were making when you were doing the Al-Aqsa Flood game on Steam that you were playing. Like, I understand the broader point that you're making. This game was something that my chat wanted me to play a long ass time ago, like far before October 7, because I think it was out, or a different version of that game was out in the past, where it's flipping the script on Call of Duty, right? Because like, it's totally fine when you play Call of Duty. Nobody even thinks it's political. They think it's apolitical unless there's a woman operator. But when you flip the script and you give the guns in the hands of like Hamas operatives or Palestinian resistance groups, then all of a sudden it's considered to be completely unacceptable and very dangerous. But like doing the doing the Al-Aqsa Flood thing.
Sorry, I want to see this highlight really quickly.
Saying Ethan Klein debate me.
Okay, you're back. Ethan Klein debate me.
Hello.
That you got challenged.
Yeah, I was saying, Ethan Klein, debate me, Ethan Klein. Don't be a pussy. You can confront me. You can ask me why I called CPS. Did I call CPS? Let's find out, Ethan. You can ask me why I sent the skulls. Ethan, let's do it. Let's go.
Ethan's too much of a coward to debate me, dude. He literally is too scared to fucking bring me on. There's a 0% chance. He's terrified of a conversation with Badempanada. He tried to like posture and like thought I wouldn't call his bluff on his Instagram story where he's like, then call in, or are you a coward? It's like, dog, I literally reached out to as many people as I could and you haven't responded at all. Why? Because you're too much of a fucking coward. Hold up. Let me pull up the post. And I feel so bad for his fucking audience that just like, they just don't know. They have no idea that they're being totally lied to all the fucking time. Let me pull it up. Hold up. Where is it? But like this chatter, right? Didn't he ask you to, but you didn't respond? Like, where is it? Saw a good post on it. For words, people can't criticize you, so that's why you use it. About me calling in.
Like pathetic. Make up your minds, sir. Once again, Denims, iDubbbz, Anissa, any of you guys want to call into the show at any time, I welcome you, please. I would love.
For the purpose of litigation, I'm not going to fucking make you guys listen to me again. I just say I'm down to talk about how many denims can we go right on stream. I'm down to talk on stream. And he responded saying, call in, or is cowardice an inherent quality of being a Twitch leftist? I am actually convinced that he is too terrified to talk to me. I reached out to Dan. I had a friend reach out to AB. I tried to reach out to him, but his DMs are closed. And I sent an email ages ago and no response. You want me to call in, but you don't want to reply to any of the requests for me to call in. I've been open to talk from the very beginning. I've been open to talk from the very first moment your lips uttered my name. Nothing to say? Nothing to say. Show us the DMs. Yeah, I'll show. I sent a message, but his account doesn't accept DMs from strangers. What's the best way to reach out? Thanks. And I had someone who could get in contact with Ethan, get in contact with AB, reach out to AB. Obviously, I sent a message to Ethan but he doesn't receive messages because he's too much of a coward to receive new messages from everyone. So I don't know why you're pretending like I'm the one that is too cowardice to call in when you won't even respond to any of my statements about wanting to call in. Like, can you imagine being this poor H3 viewer where like you just get lied to perpetually by your fucking, by Mr. Kaka Klein to the point where you don't even know what's real and what's not real anymore? It's so sad, dude. It's so sad.
Hey,
But he
Ted,
won't
did you
even
know
have...
that if you give 2 subs, you get 30 days of Crunchyroll sub to Denims.
This is true, actually. This is factually, this is a Patriot fact check. This is true. Anyways, yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting whenever. I recall you were open from day one to have a talk. I mean, it would be on your show. Like, I've already reached out. I've already did everything I have to do. I've already done everything I can do. Whenever he wants to. The ball is literally in his court. But anywho, this guy, the Hasan Badempanada discussion. Oh, God. But so, yeah, if he's too much of a pussy to have me on, there is a 0% chance he ever has Badempanada on.
Ethan.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not interested in any of these conversations. I
This
don't.
is activism. This is revolution.
That's what I mean. I don't really care about this stuff at all.
Anywho, all right, back to the video.
Well, also like looking for Gila Klein by name specifically, you have to understand.
No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I never mentioned her name.
Secretary.
Ethan, let me explain what happened there, okay? So Ethan he misconstrued a clip where I was in that game, and the AI in that game is it's either the AI is very good or it's very bad. And by that I mean I don't know if the designer intended for the opponents to be really stupid or not. So like my first experience in that game is like I walk up to 2 Israeli soldiers right next to them and they don't react. And I said, are these a bunch of Ethan Kleins on an Ozempic binge? Like, as in, are these fucking morons? Are they high on like drugs? And
Yeah,
Ethan Klein took that and he's like, he was saying this is me. He was saying this is me and simulating killing me. That's the sort of thing that he was referring to in that.
I think you can understand how that could be misconstrued, considering that the entire thing that you're engaging in is already considered like.
I think it was hilarious. You're laughing, don't lie.
Well, no, I'm just saying that like when you do that, people are going to, so many people that would otherwise like listen to the bountiful information that you are presenting on your normal YouTube essays are going to be like, this is a scary guy, and I don't even know if I can entertain this at all. And
I feel like that's like a hypothetical guy, though. Like you're saying so many people. I'm like, yeah, maybe some, but like how many?
I think, Jen, look, if someone is put off by me playing a video game where you kill IDF soldiers and they think about like, they see Ethan Klein saying some shit about me, like, oh, he tried to kill me in the video game or whatever, and they just take it at face value and write me off forever.
But that's
they just write me off forever because of that. Like, honestly, I don't think I had any chance of reaching those people ever in the first place. That's not true. That sort of person is not going to sit through a Badempanada video essay.
No, you're wrong. You're 100%
and they
wrong
will
about that.
immediately tap out.
Here we go.
You're 100% wrong about that.
I think it's just true. Like, there's a lot of people who I think, like the average Asmongold viewer, for example, that's millions of people. That's a way bigger audience than yours, sadly. Why are you flexing, Noah? Jesus.
I was stretching.
I don't have guns to show off like you. It's not fair.
No, I don't. No, I've been doing push-ups for my stream, so it's okay.
That's impressive.
The average Asmongold fan is either a fucking rabid neo-Nazi, as I found out earlier today, or the absolute dumbest person you've ever encountered. That's not what I'm talking about. And I'm not even saying like, oh, engage in like civility politics. I'm just saying that there's, I think...
I do think there is a secret third group of Asmongold fans who are just there for the shit show. Like, they don't care what they're watching. They don't care about any of the politics. Like, they are, in their brains, they're apolitical. They're wrong, but they think they're apolitical. They're there for the journey. They're kind of there to just watch the world burn. It's a Bloodsport viewer. Not even like Drama Frog or necessarily Bloodsport, but I mean, you guys have probably run into these people in the real world where they have convinced themselves that they don't have to care. Those are the stupid ones Hasan mentioned. No, it's a different group of people. It's a different group. I think that there are distinct groups. I think there are people who are genuinely dumb and they think that Trump will save the universe and he's going to save this country and the tariffs are an excellent strategy deal. Like, people who fundamentally do not understand politics, who fundamentally do not understand how Trump's policies have been bad, how there is not a single thing that Trump has done so far that has actually benefited the American people in a meaningful way. Sorry, and by American people, I am not talking about billionaires here. And then there are like the actual Nazi fucks. And then there's a third group of people that are apathetic and have convinced themselves that politics are not something that you need to care about. It's just another type of reality TV to enjoy. And I think, me personally, I think those people are reachable. Because you know what, man? Caring is actually cool. Not caring is fucking cringe. There is not a single cool person who just doesn't care about anything.
A broader audience that you absolutely could inform and potentially even radicalize if you were to soften your approach a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. But then again,
Maybe, but
that's why I always say, like, look,
I've also
Badempanada
grown
and
a
I
fucking
don't-
ton recently, so I'm not
and
sure.
also,
Thank you,
I always say, Badempanada and I don't disagree on our ultimate goals. We just disagree on methods, and that's it. So I'm just telling you, like, that's I would
I think in
maybe not
response
do
to
some of
that
those
one
things.
specific point, I think when you water down your rhetoric in a way where you were kind of talking to people and advocating for things that you might not actually believe in yourself, just as a way of getting their foot in the door, you are sort of bringing people into wrong ideas and the things that you yourself know are wrong as well, in hopes that maybe later on you'll be able to get through to them with something that is right. And maybe that isn't the right way to go about things.
Not necessarily. I think you and I think you're I think you can make a much more coherent and clear point about how, like, I'm not even saying don't play the game at all. I'm simply saying that, like, you're not broaching.
The game isn't like actionable on YouTube. You're allowed to play this game. Totally.
No,
fine. Like,
I understand.
What happened is Ethan literally sent an email to his own personal YouTube rep and got the video taken down. That's what happened.
He definitely is not the biggest free speech defender, as we've found out.
In general, though, I just want to say this, like, on stream, don't be afraid of him, because I can tell you, he has been doing that with every single one of my videos, every single.
I'm not afraid of him at all.
Other
You're
people's
gonna pay him a
videos on-
legal fee
not
for
not
it,
you,
Hasan.
not you. Just in general, to anyone watching who might make content about Ethan or
Hasan?
this. Ethan complains about your videos to his YouTube rep
Hasan?
every time. And the only time it's ever worked was that one video, and it just got taken down. I didn't face
Why do you think that video? Why do you think that video worked?
Because, like, he made the argument that I was simulating violence against him. That was why. And
that's my point.
That was the one case where his YouTube rep was like, okay, we'll give you this one, man.
Like, I think you'd be a beneficial voice to have on Twitch or even on other platforms, but there's a reason why you can't get unbanned on Twitch, even though
honestly, I think your attachment to Twitch is erroneous. You should be on YouTube primarily. It's way bigger.
Yeah, but that's a different.
Unfortunately, if Hasan is as brain broken as I am about Twitch, it's the chat. I can't ever truly leave Twitch chat behind. Even when I eventually do start to dual stream, which it's on my to-do list to get that started up, I don't plan on reading YouTube chat. I'm sorry. YouTube chat, so much YouTube chat is a cesspool. There's like 1 or 2 normal people in there and that's it. I'm not reading YouTube chat. I'll multi-stream, but I'm not reading YouTube chat. I'm sorry. Do political streamers do well on YouTube? Yeah, I mean, streaming in general does really well on YouTube because if someone is subscribed to your page, it'll automatically promote that video, or sorry, the live stream when you're live. Oh, Mitchell R. Yeah, I do. One of the best parts of streaming is chat, objectively.
Subject. I mean, I
also
you like the video, yeah, of course. Also, like, again, I agree with. I've seen a lot of people offering different opinions on this conversation that the two of them had, but I agree with both perspectives. Like, I think that it's just that I think that different strategies work for different people, and multiple strategies are only a good thing. I don't think that the left benefits from only having one type of strategy to bringing people towards the left. I think that there are a lot of people that are so disillusioned by politics that they need an extreme voice, like Badempanada, to feel like that's someone that actually is fighting for change for them. And I think anyone who wouldn't be interested in you because, sorry, if you were Badempanada, people wouldn't want to watch you. There's a good chance that they weren't going to watch you anyways because you're not going to hold back on your opinions on these things. So you shouldn't care about the hypothetical viewer that maybe would have or wouldn't have watched you. In like the same sort of vein, I don't care about the people who aren't going to watch me because of superficial reasons. Like the unironic comments about like the one shirt, why does she only wear these type of clothing? Which it's not even true, but it doesn't even matter whether it's true or not. All it makes me want to do is double down. It's like, actually, no, I want to be more scantily clad. Because if you weren't going to watch me because of something I was wearing, you weren't going to watch me, period. You're just coming up with an excuse as to why you don't want to. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. Your brain is too broken. You're just finding a reason why. And I wasn't going to appeal to you ever.
For free speech, you can say Zionist here.
I know. Well, shouts out to the ADL for that one.
Okay, well, can I just pause here what you were saying to make that
But to be
argument
fair, like they did withstand a fuck ton of pressure, and I wasn't banned. If we're being real,
YouTube can't be pressured like that. That's the difference. YouTube is not vulnerable to that sort of pressure because YouTube is a way more international platform than Twitch is. Way more. It's like they have actual business operations in most countries in the world. They have financial, like their financial departments are more independent in different continents and stuff. So they are, you know, if the ADL runs a campaign against you for YouTube to do something to you, YouTube will just ignore it. Twitch really can't. Twitch is in a position where they have to.
No, I know. And then they run it up the chain of command too. I know that they pressure Amazon directly. Yeah. It's really gross. Like the shit that like Ethan and the sex pest community that he is like aligned with have done in terms of like mass brigading and email campaigns and like literally running it up the executive branch all the way to Amazon is completely and utterly psychotic.
Yeah. To the point where border agents are now asking you even Klein talking points.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. That's a byproduct of living in the United States of America. And I am aware of this issue, and you know, YouTube salivates at the prospect of me going there to live stream there. Trust me, I know. So
have they contacted you? Or you probably don't want to talk about that if they did?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. I talk to you too. I have a YouTube rep.
Do it. I have a way more effective on YouTube. Way more effective streaming on YouTube. Come on.
I mean, I think the community element of Twitch is
hundreds of views on YouTube instead of just like 50,000 on Twitch.
They take videos views from us though, me and you. Hasan came over.
Okay, that's true.
Maybe that's true. Yeah. Okay. Don't come to YouTube.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck off to Twitch.
Yeah. You gotta think about that. But where were we? What were we talking about? Oh, just like, you know, we have disagreements here and there. I ultimately don't care what you do. I understand it. I have also a lot of people whose commentary I enjoy that say a lot more insane shit than you do, even, you know.
That's the thing though. Like I have this image where I'm like a wanted international criminal, and to be honest, I find it really funny. So I kind of
no, it's because you have a old left book ass attitude. You're like Mr. Troop Exploder. You know what I mean?
What is
left
like
Troop Exploder?
I've only ever heard that term used by Caleb.
Old communists on Facebook and Facebook groups would just like post the type of shit that you post.
Well, I mean, do you think that U.S. troops should be a protected class who, you know, like, there's actually an interesting thing about YouTube rules is you're allowed to call for the deaths of soldiers.
Yeah, you can't do that in Twitch either. Twitch, that's part of the reason why I got banned initially with the 9/11 stuff. It wasn't because I said America deserved 9/11. It's because I shit on Dan Crenshaw, who's a veteran and therefore was a member of a protected class.
Oh,
isn't that crazy? A fucking American congressperson who was advocating to, at the time, continue giving weapons to Saudi Arabia, which that's the other side of this conversation that's so funny. Because that was me yelling at Dan Crenshaw because he was telling Joe Rogan, like, we got to keep giving weapons to fucking Saudi Arabia, actually. You know, because these guys, these terrorists, they hate us because they ain't us. And I was like, bro, these are the guys that did fucking 9/11, and you're advocating to give them weapons that end up in the hands of Al-Qaeda in Yemen, fighting against the fucking Ansar Allah, the Houthis. So it was a mind-boggling situation.
So was that the America did 9/11 context? Was that the America deserved 9/11 context?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the context.
Makes more sense now. Like you were saying, they caused it because they gave the Saudis the weapons, basically.
No, it was just basic blowback. Like that's what I was saying. Not that you know, Americans deserve to die in the fucking.
Who do you think did 9/11?
What?
Who do you think did 9/11?
A little bit here, a little bit there.
I think it's extremely disrespectful to imply that to imply that Al Qaeda and Osama bin Laden didn't do 9/11. I feel like it's taking a lot of credit away from them in their operation.
Oh, no, I think that. Well, I think it's a joint partnership. You know, I don't think you get to fucking work inside. I don't think you get to literally be a known CIA operative and also get to learn how to fucking fly a plane and tell your flight
Wait.
instructor you don't.
Go back. Go back.
Respectful to imply that to imply that Al Qaeda and Osama bin Laden didn't do 9/11. I feel like it's taking a lot of credit away from them in their
Oh,
operation.
no, I think that. Well, I think it's a joint partnership. You know, I don't think you get to fucking work inside. I don't think you get to literally be a known CIA operative and also get to learn how to fucking fly a plane and tell your flight instructor you don't need to learn how to fucking land the plane. And then also then end up doing 9/11 without a little bit of government oversight or lack thereof, I guess.
Like when you put it that way, the world like from before is totally unthinkable. Like I would like get black bagged if I tried to enter the US. Probably it's probably been like that for like the last 5 years.
No,
I mean, not that I want to. That's the best thing about it is like people make fun of me.
You would get.
I think you get arrested if you try to enter the US. It's like, why would I want to enter the US? Do you guys think you're like the place that every single person wants to go to? Why would I want to go there?
It's my family now, so it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, I'm talking about me.
Yeah. No, I understand.
People in the US think that.
Are you
everyone?
Cypriot, by the way?
Are you asking because of Drew Pavlu?
Oh God, dude. Literal Onion did that joke. I mean.